Hello friends, and welcome to your Muncie Public Library's e-learning series. My name is Sydney and I work in our Ready Readers program, and today I will be teaching you how to do special classes such as art, music, and PE at home, as well as talking to you about the benefits of e-learning. There are a lot of resources available for families and guardians of students right now. Your Muncie Public Library has lots of resources on our website as well as in our youth services departments. You can also access virtual field trips, and there are many websites giving ideas for doing special activities at home to help bring those sort of extra and special classes into your homes. Art class is one of the most fun subjects for children to have at school, and it allows them to get out their creativity and allows them to really flex their imagination muscles. So it's important to try to find some ways to allow your children to grow their imagination and creativity in their e-learning activities. One of the benefits of doing art class at home is that you have extra time for creativity. You can bring in things from your house that your child might not have at school, and you can work with them on things that they are extra excited about. You also have resources at your Muncie Public Library that are free to use. You can get our make and take craft kits, and they come with everything you need, as well as instructions. And you can make things, and we welcome you sending in pictures of your creations. We love to see what our patrons create with their kiddos. There are also activities on different websites such as weareteachers.com that give you ideas for art projects at home. In terms of coming up with ideas for your kiddos, Pinterest can be your best friend. There are plenty of people who have been uploading resources for families to use. And you also can take advantage of different items around your house that can be used to make crafts, such as paper towel rolls, toilet paper tubes. Those can be turned into binoculars or a telescope. You can turn tissue boxes into little doll houses. You can use many things around your house to encourage creativity with your children, and you might not even have to get extra supplies. Music education is a very important part of your child's fundamental development, and it is something that you can easily integrate into their daily activities in their e-learning and learning from home. Music class is extremely important for helping children with their language development, and it also allows them to have a fun, creative outlet. A way that you can involve music education in their e-learning is just by encouraging them to sing and helping them create instruments out of things you have around your house. For example, you can use pots and pans as drums. You can use tissue boxes with some rubber bands and make guitars. You can have a singing contest. There are tons of ways that you can get your child involved with music at home without having to spend money or leave the house. There are also lots of websites such as Mrs. Miracle's Music Room that can help you find ideas for how to integrate music education into your e-learning schedule at home. And as always, the links will be in the description below. This is a class that lots of families are noticing is missing from their children's schedule because they are full of energy. You might notice that your child has a lot of pent-up energy from sitting and doing their e-learning all day. So it could be really helpful for you and your child to integrate physical education and activity into their day. You can't play a game in your gym class through a Zoom link. So many parents are having to find ways to integrate this at home. You can do this in a variety of ways. You can find online yoga classes. You can play games with them. If you have any sports equipment at home, you can teach them how to play a sport. You could also have a dance party. There are also resources on weareteachers.com for virtual PE classes, and the link for that is also in the description below. I know many parents are at home with their children and it might be a little frustrating throughout the day, but there are a lot of positive benefits that this has on your child. For example, flexibility. There's a lot of flexibility in being at home. There's flexibility in where they can be, how comfortable they can be. They are able to be in their own space. They also don't have to raise their hand and ask permission to take a restroom break, which a lot of children struggle with because it's embarrassing. There's also flexibility in that they don't have to wear restrictive clothing. They can wear their comfy clothes and sit in their space and learn at their own pace. This is something that a lot of children have enjoyed, and it's really important to allow your child to have a little bit more flexibility in their routine. Another benefit of the flexibility is that children are able to sleep in a little longer, and rest is extremely important for cognitive abilities, and it also allows children to eat on their own schedule. They don't have to have lunch at a set time every single day, and they also don't have to eat the food that they might not like. Some school lunches are not for everybody, so it's nice that children are able to eat the food that they have at home, and they also are allowed to eat at their own pace, and it's not a timed situation. Another benefit is that children are able to fidget and be more wiggly. You may notice that your child spends a lot of time shifting around in their seats, and you might have heard of their frustration with having to sit in a classroom for hours at a time and listen to instruction. They're able to kind of get up and move around more and wiggle around, and in some cases, children can even stand while they're listening to their e-learning lectures or instruction, and they could even bounce up and down. There's lots of resources for helping children get their wiggles and sillies out during their e-learning time that doesn't take away from their ability to focus on their lecture. And there's also an idea of allowing your child to roam while they're listening to their lecture. They could walk around or pace, and it won't take away from their ability to listen as long as there's not distractions in the room, such as little siblings, pets, a TV turned on, and that will allow them to get out some of that pent-up energy and allow their brain to engage. You also have the ability to help your child by accommodating for their sensory needs. Lots of children have extra sensory needs that could be related to their sight, hearing, their sense of feeling. They might get overwhelmed in a classroom setting and not be able to get that sensory accommodation that they need. And as guardians and families, you know your child very well and you know what they can and cannot handle. This allows you to tailor their e-learning experience to them and make it more personal. You can allow your child, if they have a hearing sensory need, to wear noise-canceling headphones and sit in a very quiet space. And you can also help them if they have a light sensitivity by dimming the lights in the room that they're on or turning the brightness down on their computer. There are lots of ways that you can help tailor the experience to make it more helpful and beneficial for your child. You also have more control over the environment than you would if they were in a traditional classroom setting. If your child was in a traditional classroom setting, they might experience more sensory overload because other students are unpredictable. You cannot control what 20 children in a classroom will do at any given time, but you can control what happens within your home with your child. And that is a great benefit and something that can be taken advantage of during e-learning. Thank you for tuning in this section of the e-learning tips and tricks series brought to you by your Muncie Public Library. If you enjoyed this video or found it informative, please leave a like, comment what you want to hear more of, and subscribe to our channel. As always, our website will be in the description box below, and I hope that you found this as fun and informative as I did.